I had not been back there in years, but it was the last place left to look.
We have to go back to the future. All right. Sending your love down the well. Damn, dirty apes. Is that gold?
Those
Shining.
lost wishes weren't the treasure I was after.
Lost wishes.
Those lost wishes weren't the treasure I was after.
What's the dude's voice? Doc Brown. DB.
It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
What wasn't? The cave? Too bad I never played this as a kid. This is probably the first big reminiscent scene.
Two odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened.
I would have to.
And that's what would have happened if I turned the left switch. But since I am here telling this story, you already know that I pulled the right one.
Gonna do that again. Bed to the
And
face.
that's what would have happened if I turned the left switch. But since I am here telling the...
Okay, so you can die in these. Another bed. Might this be referring to a dream?
Pockets, barrels, butter churns, and beds were jammed into every nook and cranny of that cave. It all seems so familiar.
That's all familiar. Strange gravitational forces at
Even though
work
the
there.
bed was very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
Wait. Hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind.
It's very breath-like. No going back now, friend. You're stuck in this cave forever.
Nestled beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story.
Well, dragons are my favorite.
You want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to... My way, too. Add a shinier hat to my collection.
For my hat was not shiny enough.
I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
Darn temperers.
Volumes of old books with foreboding titles clutter the shelves of that strange bedroom. How to Tame a Dragon, Breaking the Spirit of Hideous Beasts, amateur spells to impress your friends with. No books about recovering missing handles, though.
Get a grip, sir.
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well,
Indiana Jones
I
the
used my
heck out of it.
cleverness to outsmart the trap. Then I used my cleverness to hide.
In the bookcase. Under the covers.
Luckily, that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers. I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
What did you use to fix the broken switch?
Lucky.
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall.
Which wall?
This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures.
And swords and stuff. That looks very...
After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.
glitchy do. Ooh. Nice. Again with the hide-a-majig. Very interesting game mechanics, I gotta say. Crack me up again. Can I?
Wait a minute. Does this mean our family's immortal?
Yeah, no. Oh wow, no skipping these, huh? I do feel tempted to find out the death animation each time. And whatever audio joke is attached. Oh, for fuckity fucks. Handy pandy. Let's go right for the jugular. Hi.
You marched right into a ferocious dragon's mouth.
I was just making sure you were still paying attention. whoever designed this trap thought they were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch.
There's gotta be something else I can hit. Nothing else I can hit. The mirror called out to me. Because it was shining with sunlight. What is this good for? Huh. Awake, young dragon. Magnificent.
A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive.
Oh, the stakes are high. Eat this. Okay. Oops. Dropping steaks like it's hot or something. No. No fair.
Grandpa!
Dragon Petite Four.
Petite Four. Small oven. Alright, alright. So we get the dragon to have some
A
steak.
ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive.
Or while it's sleeping. Still sleeping. So if I now do it again, wake him up. No, can't do it. It was eating the steak though. Why did it eat me? Okay, how does this work? Such a thing of beauty. Quick, turn it around. No. It's one hell of a way to perform under pressure. Oh no. I was not expecting a rail shoot. Whoa, 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 chill. Masterful young Guybrush. I can be your hero, baby. Lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Chain's too short, right?
Let me guess. You escaped with only a flesh wound.
Yeah, not exactly. Lucky. Gotta get away.
With the magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become. In that split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
Meaning? Right in the face? Right in the bell? Right in the eye. He said the arrows would not pierce the eyes. Oh, let's try the bell. Ninja mofo.
My hands were shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures.
Nice.
All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. How did you know shooting the bell would distract him?
Over the years, I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was very hungry. I, too, would be violently angry if I could only eat when my neglectful owner rang the bell. I know it was a sneaky trick, but I certainly wasn't going to set a dragon loose on the town or participate in any
craziness.
more abuse.
You really thought that through, Grandpa. I would have tricked him, too. Back home, they call me Gwendolyn the Smarty Pants.
You come from a long line of logically minded nobles, and one very clever dentist.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
You're a magic fruit. The old hero has fallen asleep. Is your cat making too much noise all the time? Kitten Mittens.
Well, hello, cousin.
Guards!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
Got here as fast as we could. And I like Grandpa stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast he outsmarted with its own dinner bell. I don't know if he forgets that I've heard that story before or if he just doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope, no junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see. Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn. Sleep well.
Come in, Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
It's a lot of potions.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now, let's talk about far more important issues, like that fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
Well, I signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Scott you're worried about, he's no bother. After all, I only learned that you entered after he complained about it all morning. Threatened, I'm guessing. There are many ways to win a duel. I, for one, have always been fond of...
Think about it, Grandpa. The hell is a deft maneuver?
Precision through practice, and a deft maneuver or two. Train harder and follow your instincts. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story. One I know you haven't heard before. When I was a much younger lad, before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I had seen a dragon. It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life. It is a long story, but I shall tell it briefly.
Well, Triumph, this looks as good a place as any to camp for the night. Let's rest up. We have a big day tomorrow.
That's a hamster. It's a weird looking hamster. Face. face. Oh. Unlucky. Young friend.
After gracefully rappelling down the cliff, I welcomed the sight of an actual road, the first sign of civilization.
Derp.
Daventry was just a few miles to the east. I'd read all about its wonders in my travel books. I couldn't wait to check out its famous, fantastical floating island.
To the west there was certain doom.
Grandpa, you can't leave Triumph.
Don't worry, Triumph can fend for himself. We've been through our share of sticky situations, but he always comes around when I need him most.
Why is that relevant?
After all that graceful rappelling, I was certainly not headed back that way. As I was saying, I followed the road to the east and headed to a night tournament.
One more time then.
East.
East.
Suddenly, a gust of wind pushed me down the road, and I headed east.
Oh my. And there's a tree now. Tremendous. That's a fucking Yorkshire Terrier. Yes.
Hey, over here!
I could have sworn the parade of hopeful knights was scheduled for the next day. I should have been with them, marching with Triumph. It seemed my first few minutes in Daventry were off to a terrible start.
So, how did you catch up with them?
That odd horn seemed to be missing some sort of mouthpiece.
You're some sort of mouthpiece. 5x, the only money to my name.
Seems like a waste of money. Seems like a waste of money.
Money. All right, west. I went west. Wait, there's more dudes running. Dude running. Oh, never mind.
Strange tracks blazed a trail through the forest.
That water looks scrumptious. Hamster rabbit. Pika pika. Dios mío. Dios mío. That is some great artwork. I should probably not have done that.
That wheel seemed freshly broken.
Freshly mendable. That frog seems freshly something. Freshly. The frog is coming back? No. Big happy.
I wondered what those birds needed a toolbox for.
Then I remembered. Birds like carpentry. If only there was an axe or something.
Shame. The only tool left seemed to be a small hatchet. And no,
That's good.
Gwendolyn, before you start asking me thousands of questions about that hatchet, I did not go around using it on everything.
Okay. Take a hint. For using responsibly. Oh, that's too bad.
There was no reason to chop down that perfectly good tree.
Can I chop down a perfectly good frog? What are these? Branches? Come on, friend. Let's go crows. You did
The
go
wheel
around
was
using
already
it.
broken. No sense rubbing it in.
The frog, though, is looking suspicious as mofo. This is missing some decent background music. A cart with wheel problems.
Stand back, you dirty thieves! Wah! Oh, it's just a boy. Don't know where he's from, but it must be hard to pronounce. You know, you should never sneak up on a guy in a dangerous place like... No! What's wrong
Are
with
you
your
a
foot?
guy?
Probably stepped on a spiniferous thornweed. Don't worry, I got just the fix for that. Tell me, is it more of a... Ow! Or a... Oh! Either way, the Merchant of Miracles has got you covered. But it'll cost you. I've risked my neck to forge the most rare, miraculous, mysterious, and oftentimes delicious ingredients. Ah, here it is. I massage this into my skin twice a day, and just look at my little biscuits. Well, now that I've mulled it over, you'd better not. It might stunt your growth. Ooh, such exquisite material. Hey. I knew you weren't from around here. Well, you best get going. Nobody likes a late night. Oh, wait. You're stuck here with me. Every bridge in is out, and my shortcut had a few shortcomings. I swear that rock leaped straight out of the water. Now I'm stuck here with no wheel, a lost toolbox, and Mr. Fancy Cakes. Say, I'll bet a fine, strapping young man like you could help me fix up this wheel. Yup, you help me fix my chariot, and I'll give you a lift to the tournament. Hopefully no one else notices your horrible lack of punctuality. Oh, how rude. Do you have any questions for me?
Could you repeat that?
Try to keep up, son. Bridge is out, failed shortcut, flying rock, wheel broke, be a strapping lad, get tools, fix wagon, get a lift to the tournament.
Who wants to get to the tournament? I'm just strolling through the woods.
Find me a wheel, boy. Anything big and round should do the trick.
Hello, Mr. Frog. A frog is always cool.
Here, a little elbow grease there, and that's it. You still haven't found that replacement wheel? Hey, I'm not the one that's late for that tournament, you know. Hang on to those, boy. I'd like to earn your money honestly. What happened to the rest of my tools? My wheel mending kit was in that toolbox. You expect me to fix this wheel with only a hatchet? Hatchets are for destroying, not for fixing. What kind of game are you playing here, boy? Oh, I know. Maybe I could use this blade to chisel a wheel out of driftwood. Or perhaps I could cut down a rubber tree plant and weave myself a wheel. You are not going to last 3 seconds in that tournament with that kind of stupid dream logic. Tell you what, you can keep my hatchet, but please bring me a real solution. You know, like a wheel, big, round, rolling, a wheel that goes here, like those.
I got you, you crazy motherfucker.
Oh, can I pet your goats?
Stay away from my majestic unicorns.
Unicorns? Isn't that a bit of string right there?
I said back away.
I can see the string.
Seriously, my boy, they aren't gonna pull this chariot without a wheel.
Maybe they
Get
can.
that blade away from my unicorns. I'm warning you.
Fine, I'll chop down the freaking tree.
Perhaps there was a wheel on the other side of that river. Too bad I couldn't swim.
How did you get across that river?
It was a conundrum.
Chop, 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 all day long. Chop, 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 while I sing this song. And I ran.
That missing wheel had me stumped. I had to go out on a limb to get past the root of the problem.
Grandpa, your infamous puns are not my favorite.
What's the
They are
matter?
mine.
You don't like the timbre of my
Oh,
voice?
you
You'll
freaking.
warm up to the puns.
No, you
These are
didn't.
terrible.
Gwendolyn, hush your face. Dark, cat-like presence. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Here, kitty, kitty. Not a kitty, not a kitty!
Oh, here we go. No, I did not use the hatchet to scare that growling animal.
No!
Seems like a waste of money.
Oh, here we go. No, I did not use the hatchet to scare that growling animal.
Just skin it a little.
No wheels in there. Oh, here we go. No, I did not use the hatchet to scare that growling animal.
Gotcha. No need for all that. Ominous.
overgrown patch of spiniferous thornweeds obstructed a path to the water well.
The well with the ginormous dragon in it?
Perhaps. I tried to chop down those thornweeds, but my tiny hatchet was ineffective. I would
Maybe
need
it's
a
your
big,
tiny arms.
sharper blade.
Yeah, it's your tiny arms are ineffective. You used hatchet. It's not very successful. Effective. Okay. I knew that beforehand, but I still had to
Then
try.
you chopped down that door, found a wheel, and headed for the tournament.
No, Gwendolyn. Just because I had a hatchet didn't mean I went around using it on everything. It's not that type of story.
Fine, I'll go along. Fine, fine.
The town square was eerily quiet. Was I the only person in Daventry not at the parade? A bakery, and it smelled delicious.
Looks delicious.
The delectable goods looked tasty, but I couldn't compete in this tournament with a full stomach. Aha! I didn't see any reason why that stale bread wouldn't work for a wheel.
Depends on how stale it is, really. Huh?
You cut?
Not that type of story.
Delightful.
I put the bread back and went looking for a new wheel.
Why would you do that? Why would you give me this option? You took out the axe and chopped the bread.
Cut?
No cutting.
Okay.
Aha! I didn't see any reason why that stale bread wouldn't work for a wheel. That sign was asking for tips, and there was a metal pan to collect coins.
Collect coins.
I decided to leave some coins for the bread.
It's only fair.
I took my money back.
Huh.
I decided to leave some coins for the bread.
It's only fair. Ah, the old sitting tree.
Like me, this little tree was new in town and needed some time to grow and find its way. What? Too sappy?
I have nothing to say.
You're
You'll
good.
warm up to it. I wished I had some marshmallows.
You cut?
I wished I had some marshmallows. Look like a blacksmith shop of sorts.
Sort of. That's a good wheel.
I borrowed enough for the day.
Hey, up, if, what, mut, sip, lip.
And then you scooped up all the weapons, right? Right?
No, Gwendolyn, I didn't. I was looking for a wheel, not a fight.
Honestly, that shield looks good.
And then you scooped up all the weapons, right? Right?
No, Gwendolyn, I didn't. I was looking for a wheel, not a fight.
So they give me the option to put the bread back. Because I can decide which is better. The bread or the shield, which would work best.
I put the bread back and went looking for a new wheel.
X marks the spot, though.
I took my money back. I stumbled upon some kind of curiosity shop.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Against the knickknacks was a little collection tray with a sign asking for tips.
I got a tip for you.
Nothing seemed to be brewing yet.
That would be a nice wheel.
Aha! Something big and round. Hopefully no one would mind if I borrowed this tabletop.
Tabletop.
You cut?
I did
You cut?
no cutting.
You cut?
Not that type of store.
You cut?
No,
You cut?
I did not cut that.
You cut?
No,
You cut?
not.
You cut?
I did. Nothing seemed to be brewing yet.
Oh no, don't go back. No, no, and always no.
shortcut.
Do I really have to hear the story about how you took forever to tiptoe across that fallen tree again?
No, I guess not.
The faster you find me something big and round, the faster I can get back to my deliveries.
I thought this might do the trick.
What a clever choice! Such craftsmanship, and sturdy, too! Just hope you didn't pay too much. I'd hate for you to have spent all your money when you've only just arrived in town, right? You ready, Mr. Fancy Cakes? I know, darling, I know. Silly question. You were born ready. Oh, wait! Before my mind slips, I was able to procure an entrance ticket to the tournament. Since you so graciously found me a wheel, I am more than willing to sell it to you at a reasonably discounted rate. Are you interested?
No thanks. Not really interested.
Are you sure? They'll charge you double at the tournament. They're not as trustworthy as I am.
That's pose, though.
The price still seems really high to me.
Okay, you're twisting my turban here. I didn't pay you for such a deal, Deliberator. Final offer, half off the previously discounted rate. Come on, treat yourself, boy.
Well, what is the actual price?
Well, what do you know? It costs exactly that much. Thank you. Fortuitous fate meeting you, my boy. Here you are. Now, let's Vamanusi from this Meadowland, Mr. Fancy Cakes. It is go time.
Oh, that's nice.
Mr. Fancy Cakes! Ah, heel! Halt! Avast! Stop! We sincerely hope you enjoyed your stay in our luxury cabin. Please gather your belongings and watch your head on exit.
Thanks for the hospitality.
No time to lounge, my boy! Lucky for you, the parade is halted. Another case of a mysterious missing bridge, I imagine. Watch your step. We wouldn't want any tears in that illustrious cape. Bon voyage, Buttercup! Don't forget about us working folk, especially when your pockets are full of riches.
And then you chop down the tree full of angry bees?
Enough, Gwendolyn.
Stay off those rocks. It's dangerous. Distress! Abandon post!
Learn how to swim, boy.
Thanks
That's
for
good
saving me.
thinking.
You're welcome, lad.
He was talking to me.
I believe he was talking to me.
Nope, me.
Wouldn't be the first time I've corrected you.
How anyone could ever... Don't be rude, boy. We are in the middle of an important conversation. He was talking to me.
I believe he was talking to me.
Nope, me.
Wouldn't be the first time I've corrected you.
How anyone could ever confuse you with me is mind-boggling.
Do you ever tire of being wrong?
He was talking to me.
I believe he was talking to me.
Nope, me.
Wouldn't be the first time I've corrected you.
How anyone could ever confuse you with me is mind-boggling.
Do you ever tire of being wrong?
He was talking to me.
I believe he was talking to me.
Nope, Me.
Wouldn't be the first time I've corrected you.
How anyone could ever confuse you with me is mind-boggling.
Do you ever tire of being run?
He was talking to me.
I believe he was...
Come at me, bees!
A little late, dude.
The forest is blocked until this situation is under control.
You so
The forest
shiny.
is blocked until this situation is under control.
So shiny.
Back away, back away. This area is unsafe for commoners. Whilst your cape is drying, why don't you take some time to reflect on your life's decisions?
Hello. Apologies, I'm late. I should be on the list. First name Graham, last name...
The list, unfortunately, is inside the theater, which is across that bridge, which is inexplicably missing.
We've ordered a temporary fix, but we're still sorting out the work order.
Well, with all the recent budget issues, I remain skeptical about the repairs.
Well, can't those knights check the list?
Do you mean Kyle and Larry? They're off duty. Don't ask.
You needn't worry. These night hopefuls will figure out a solution soon, and then we can carry on with the auditions.
Well, but I am a hopeful knight. If you just step aside, I'm confident that I could find a way across.
Daventry Decree 6645 states that a royal guard once commanded must never, under no circumstances, abandon his post while on duty.
Well, technically, Addendum 237A allows us to leave if someone is in distress and in need of assistance.
I already know
Of a
all of
life-or-death
this.
nature.
I stand corrected, and we wouldn't want a repeat of the Rubenstern fiasco. A tardy auditionee, however, hardly counts for distress. Sorry, but we can't leave our post. King's orders.
Alright. I guess a man's gotta do. Ah, cool. No, I think this is cool. Keep walking. Keep walking. Walking, walking.
Stay off those rocks. It's
Walking.
dangerous.
Surf's up, dude. Keep walking. Come on, bug this game out. Oh. No. Oh, it's totes broken.
Stay off those rocks. It's
Come on.
dangerous.
Come on. Ah. That's a little buggy.
Distress! Abandon post!
Learn how to swim, boy.
Swiss
Thanks for
guard
saving me.
pay.
You're welcome, lad.
He was talking to me. Oh, this tired argument is getting on my nerves.
No need to argue about the fact that I am...
Huh?
Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Not good.
Where did they go?
Mind if I join your semicircle?
Let us big kids figure this one out.
You sound blacker than you look.
Your hero is thinking.
Your hero.
Well, I know the answer, but I want to see how all of you will solve it.
Inconceivable.
You look like a little man who wants to do big things.
Again with nothing?
Another horn and another missing piece.
Yeah. You mean a lazy rider?
You cut?
No cutting.
Thanks, Broseph. You son of a... You go around. Why? Fai l'ore. Why can you Nate do this? Can you Nero? I'll resort back to my old tricks then. There's a good lad. Too easy, boy.
Over here, buddy.
Y'all suck. Guess you're alright.
Give me a second. I have the perfect plan.
Must I help you? Not a broken mouthpiece.
I wasn't going to toot that horn anymore until I found the missing piece.
Alright, so when I do... Liar!
Well, I did. But in silence.
Again with that shit. Silence.
This looks like a problem for my assistant. Pardon me. All right.
Alright, more options.
The tree was too heavy to move.
Canoe.
Need to chop it down to size.
Let's burn a canoe.
I left the hatchet lodged in the tree because I would not need it anymore. Quite sure. Everyone always asks about that hatchet. It gets a tad annoying.
Huh?
The hatchet! You stupid son of a gun. I wouldn't need it anymore, because... That is funny. This is the stupidest shit.
Hang on a sec. Graham, right?
Yes.
No, Kelvin.
How did you know my name? Well, you'd be surprised at the information people give out when they're too busy thinking about their own agenda. I also observed that without you, no one could have made it across. Well done, Graham.
Thanks, I guess.
They'll never acknowledge it, you know. Those who use their minds over their biceps are never woven into the tapestries of time. I can tell you're like me, a creative thinker, an intellectual. To win this competition, you'll need to prove that your talents are more powerful than their strength, agility, and speed. You'll also need a friend.
I could really use a friend.
They call me Manny. Pleased to meet you.
So, friend, what's your favorite color? Do you like popcorn-flavored jelly beans? Because I do. What's your availability for sleepovers? Are we in a secret club?
Green. I prefer pizza-flavored. I'm free on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and I would say more of a secret alliance.
Alliance?
This competition will not be easy, and Daventry needs men like us. If we put our heads together, we might have a shot.
What's the plan?
If you win, put a good word in for me with the king. And if I win, I'll do the same. Soon, we'll both be moving up the ranks in the castle together. We should head inside the theater, though. Let me know how I can help.
That was nice. I mean, do it. It's a big archer. Oh, I was flustered. Another horn?
Another horn and another missing piece.
Lazy riders.
Graham, to the front of the stage, please. Now that we have recovered our list, it is my duty to inform you that you are officially signed in.
Yay.
And I do want to apologize. I am very, very terribly sorry, but we've run out of commemorative tote bags.
That's not a problem.
What's a
I
tote?
have no use for tote bags. My mother designed my cape with lots of pockets. Is the next event about to start?
Not so fast, Pocket Boy. The tournament bylaws explicitly state that each contestant must complete every event before continuing on in the competition.
Will do.
Since you were late, you missed the test of chivalry and the welcoming parade. Both designed as light-hearted warm-ups and getting-to-know-you type exercises. You know, an icebreaker before we start in on the usual death, destruction, and duels of a cutthroat nature.
Don't forget about Amendment 70, Article 4.
I was getting to that, thank you. In the spirit of equal opportunity, the new rules state that you can schedule a make-up chivalry test if and only if the circumstances for your absence were extenuating. So, I will ask, what were your extenuating circumstances that made you late for the tournament?
I, don't know what the term extenuating means.
I'll just pencil in dim-witted. Now, go on, mingle with the other contestants. Find out as much as you can about them, and when you're ready for the chivalry test, come and see me.
Hey, thanks for knocking that log over out there. Really. It gave me the opportunity to go on a lovely cruise.
Those nights were annoying me, and I wanted some alone time. Leave me be, little fly. You don't want to wake the bull.
Look, I don't want to be in this conversation.
Somebody else got the horns.
I missed the chivalry test, and I need to make it up. The faster we get this over with, the faster I can leave you alone.
Well, make it quick. Then buzz off.
I'm Graham.
No last names.
You want to say
I
Cracker?
What's your first name?
And
Graham Cracker.
your name?
I'm known throughout the land as Circumference, but I am currently in the process of rebranding myself, starting with my name. You should call me Acorn.
What was your name again, Sir Fatso?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
What was your name again, Sir Balrus?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
What was your name again, King Size?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
What was your name again, Hornhead?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
What was your name again, Sir Fatso?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
What was your name again, Sir Balrus?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
I'll fucking stop now.
What was that you were hiding in your paws?
Well, none of your business, Feather Boy.
Feather Boy?
Seriously, what are you hiding? Is it a snack?
Leave it alone, String Bean.
String Bean? Feather Boy?
Seriously, what are you hiding? Is it a snack?
Leave it alone, String Bean.
Seriously, what are you hiding? Is it a snack?
Leave it alone, String Bean.
I'll leave you be.
Go away.
Circumference.
When it clasped shut, my arm was pinched between the treasure and its casing. I couldn't stay. If I did, I'd lose circulation and my limb would be lost. If I tried to remove my arm, it would be sliced from wrist to elbow. I didn't have much time. Then, a sharp snort erupted through the shadows. It heard me. There were no options. If that treasure was to be mine, I had to sacrifice my arm for the good of the rest of me. I flung my pinched arm downward as hard as I could. The treasure shook inside, but my arm remained. Footsteps. No time to run, no time to think, only action! I jumped off the wall and fell into a deep pit. A crash. Treasure everywhere. A yawn behind me. It was awoken. I scrambled to grab each piece and hurtled one into the darkness. It called out in pain as I heard its body crash to the floor. Treasure in hand, I escaped and adventured onward.
Oh, how delightful. And you escaped with all the treasure?
Yes, I relished every last bit of that treasure. The flames danced right before my eyes. I couldn't go anywhere. They had me surrounded. I watched the flames grow, each ember reaching closer to my face. Then I knew there was a way out. I blew as hard as I could, countering that incendiary torture device and extinguishing each and every flame. The horde inched toward me, their cult-like call ringing through my ears. I leapt up and kicked one square in the throat, silencing his off-pitched blathering. The others, shocked by this sight, silenced themselves and bowed down to the hero you see standing in front of you.
What a happy adventure.
It seems I tell this legend every year.
Oh, how can I be you?
There was no looking past him. Every corner of my periphery, he was there, awaiting to be acknowledged, stalwartly mocking me. There he stood, the largest beast I had ever seen. He called to me, staring me down right between my eyes. I raised my hands ever so slightly to ready myself, but I twitched, only for an instant, and he saw it. He gathered his troops and fortified his walls. We wrestled for days, squeezing the life from each other's souls. When we both could take no more, I somehow found the strength. Your hero mustered up everything inside him and pushed that beast over the edge. The beast's guts exploded everywhere, and I was left with the mess.
How do you do it?
What can I say? Adventure just burst through my skin.
Hey there, I'm Graham.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And your name?
What?
Well, I didn't catch your name.
What? Is this true? Surely you jest, Greg. What rock did you crawl out from? How do you not recognize this well-proportioned face?
Well, it's not Greg, it's Graham. And, of course, I know who you are. You're... Sir Ten of himself.
Cheeky. But now you're starting to bother me, Grant.
Well, I couldn't help it. No, but seriously, you're... that jerk who pushed me into the river.
Oh, yes, that silly feather does look familiar. Look at it. It's like a limp piece of cheese. What you need, Gale, is an upgrade. Like my mane of excellence.
Hey, my mother gave me that feather. I might be silly, but you're... every woman's dream?
Well, you got that right. The ladies love. Yeah. Who do they love, Gabe?
It's not Gabe, it's... oh, never mind. Yes, your name... you're... going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett.
Maka, Ekaidris ki ke e dukachan kanyaki yakamata. Afamata?
Shreki, Afamata.
Shreki makamaka dunga wakaka.
Du Shreki Nika, Hornswoggle.
Naga. Shreki hainga makamaka. Ekaidris ki ke e dukachan kanyaki yakamata. Afamata?
Shreki.
Hello, my name's Graham. Nice to meet you.
Achaka.
Want to partner up? Show Daventry the power of dueling archers? What do you say?
Achaka.
Yeah, you're right. You'd probably just slow me down. So, where do you hail from?
Achaka.
I see. Sounds exotic. So, what type of arrows do you fly with?
Chaka.
Nice, nice. I prefer the hand-whittled sapling arrows myself. Good chat. I'm gonna get back to the chivalry test.
Chaka.
So, what type of arrows do you fly with?
Chaka.
Nice, nice. I prefer the hand-whittled sapling arrows myself. Want to partner up? Show Daventry the power of dueling archers? What do you say?
Chaka.
Yeah, you're right. You'd probably just slow me down. Good chat. I'm gonna get back to the chivalry test.
Oh, hey, Graham. We were just sharing some tips about the tournament. Let me know if you want the rundown about any of our competitors.
What can you tell me about Achaka?
I'm studying his every move. He should make any opponent quiver. Ugh, you got me doing it now. He's fast, strong, and vicious with his bow. I'm trying to convince him to join our alliance, but the translation isn't quite working.
What can you tell me about Acorn?
I can tell you not to mess with those bull horns in any strength competition. I shouldn't be telling you this, but I heard a rumor that the man keeps a pet squirrel under his belly. What kind of a weirdo does that? Imagine what else he's hiding under there. Neither of us is going to be able to match his strength. If we're going to oust him, we'll need to work together and expose his secrets.
What can you tell me about Sir Tenov himself?
That's so inconsiderate. Although clever, these silly puns are not very becoming to a gentleman like yourself. Go meet everyone, then come talk to me. I've got a few tips to share.
What can you tell me about Sir Tenov himself?
That's so inconsiderate. Although clever, these silly puns are not very becoming to a gentleman like yourself. Go meet everyone, then come talk to me. I've got a few tips to share.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye! Afamata?
Shreki. Afamata.
Shreki Makamaka Dunga.
Do Shreki Nika.
Hornswoggle. Naga. Shreki Hainga Makamaka.
Tried to remove my arm. Yes. Have you remembered my name?
Sir Ten of himself.
Cheeky. But now you're starting to bother me, Grant.
I couldn't help it. No, but seriously, you're going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett. Yes. Have you remembered my name?
Going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett.
When we see your special. What do you want?
I, heard what you're hiding.
No, you didn't, Skinny Pants.
I did. I heard a rumor that a tiny squirrel pet lives under your belly.
What? Who told you that? I bet it was Whisper. He's the worst. His ego is the one thing I can't stomach. And she, well, she's not my pet. She's my friend.
Does your squirrel friend have a name?
I wish Whisper would keep his big mouth shut. Her name is Princess Madeline of Avalon. She's a proper lady.
What else is hidden in that belly?
The bones of a feather boy if you don't leave me alone.
I think you're hiding something else in there, but I'm not sure I want to find out. I'll leave you be.
You need to get lost. You see this one, little feather one?
Stopped. An ear-piercing screech woke me from my daze, and I dove behind cover. It clawed its way toward me, howling as it tore through. Yes? Have you remembered my name?
Whisper.
Correct. Well, Whisper's full name is Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the Third, hailing from Modesto. But I'm sure a fan like you knew that. Would you like an autograph?
I don't seem to have any portraits on me.
Well, if you find one, I'll sign it, free of charge. Whisper loves his fans. Whisper loves the knighthood. Whisper loves thwarting evil. But most of all, Whisper loves Whisper.
As do we all. I should be getting back to my chivalry test now.
Don't go! Whisper can do it!
That's a nice thought, but I'm pretty sure those guards would never confuse you for me. I mean, your armor is pretty recognizable.
Whisper's armor is shiny because Whisper loves his own reflection.
Yeah, I get it. Good day, Whisper.
Did you hear the crowds? They all cheer for me. They love me.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
What can you tell me about Whisper?
Whisper? His feet might fly by without a sound, but his mouth never will. A shining star in his hometown, he hopes to rebuild his fan base in Daventry. I've heard he'll do anything for the spotlight and can never be outshined. People that arrogant are usually primed for a fall. Don't you think so?
What can you tell me about Achaka?
I'm studying his every move. He should make any opponent quiver. Ugh, you got me doing it now. He's fast, strong, and vicious with his bow. I'm trying to convince him to join our alliance, but the translation isn't quite working.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it!
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Manny. We're friends, you know. We have kind of an alliance. Next question.
All right, next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Achaka.
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the Third of Modesto. I'm sure of it.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got all the answers correct. Great job, Pockets. Now, we shouldn't keep your new friends waiting, should we? Let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody. You are all here to win a knight position on King Edward's court. But that's not all. As you all know, tragically, the king has no heirs. So, this position could very well lead to the crown of Daventry itself. Now, let's officially commence the competition part of the tournament. I do hope you've all made friends, because it's about to get nasty. The time has come to collect your entrance tickets.
Over here! Over here! I got mine right here!
I'm sorry, I really am, but that is not an entrance ticket. In fact, from up here, it looks like a sweaty piece of cloth. Oh, probably just a snot rag. Each knight hopeful will need to bring back to the theatre, dum-dum-dum-dum, one eye of a hideous beast. And, due to Proclamation 1748.2, it will actually need to be a hideous beast. Not like last year. No adorably cute, fuzzy, or tiny creature eyes will be accepted. Thank you.
Nothing to see here.
There are many hideous eyes to find in Daventry. We urge you to take this opportunity to show us your skills. We want to know what's in your heart, how you think, and how you react in the face of danger. You might not believe all that can be interpreted from one eye, but we will still judge you all the same. Now, everyone, go forth and claim thine eyes.
Whisper!
Ooh.
Whisper can do it.
Watch your step, kid.
Oh, thanks.
I know it ain't fancy, but it'll have to work for now. Amaya Blackstone, nice to meet you.
Graham, the pleasure's mine. It's nice to see all these bridges are getting fixed.
All these bridges? No, kid. This contract is over. Daventry can't afford me anymore. They can't even afford oil for the crumbler over there. My own invention, of course.
Oh, what does a crumbler do?
It lifts, it chops, it crumbles. Most importantly, it brings in the monies, which are desperately needed. Been kind of rough around here lately.
It seems that way. Daventry's been an interesting experience so far. Different from what I read in my travel books. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if it's for me.
Don't worry, kid. It's not you. This kingdom's been going downhill ever since the Queen died. And now, with the bridges out, no one can get into Daventry. It's really quiet. I hate the silence. I'm a woman of action, if you couldn't tell. Quiet towns don't pay the bills.
I can see that.
Well, I should get going. Perhaps someone's wandered into my shop. If you make it there, come say hi. I'm on the left.
Caution. Bees and distress.
So, how did you find an eye?
It was a hideous beast lurking inside.
Ouch! Rude!
Shame. These could have been carved into really nice jack-o'-lanterns. That pumpkin was housing too many squirrels for my taste.
Pick, pick, pickety pick. I have to get these all picked before I can go home. Leave me be so I can finish my work. I'm almost done here. 5 minutes, that's all I need. Stop annoying me, please. Can't you see I'm working? Why don't you go bug someone else? I have to get these all picked before I can go home. Leave me be so I can finish my work. I'm almost done here.
precious. The badger wanted to make friends with the squirrels.
No one should notice one bell missing.
King Edward gave us everything we have. His legacy was tarnished in his later years, but he was a once great man. And he left me with a Daventry to grow into the kingdom it is today. The announcement board was covered until round 2 of the tournament.
Hasn't anyone told you it's not polite to go stomping around on people's backs? Give me one good reason not to gobble you up right now.
If you let me go, I can return to you with bundles of royal food. You see, I'm training to be a knight. If you release me, I'll make sure the king rewards you for your troubles.
You're a little scrawny for a knight. A long neck and a silly feather like that? Are you sure you aren't a goose?
Yes, I am quite sure I am not a goose.
That's exactly what a goose would say. Lucky for you, Ulfie hates the taste of goose. The feathers are bad for digestion. Now, where do you want from Ulfie, Goosey?
What are all those weird instruments around the bridges for?
Usually those horns are used to summon its associated bridge troll to fill the gap. But we have removed all mouthpieces until we get word from the head of the guild. Ulfie was instructed to keep all his horns hidden from humans. I keep mine under my butt.
I promise I won't look.
You wouldn't happen to know where I can find an Eye of a Beast, would you?
Is it time for the tournament already? I thought that was on Tuesday. Oh, bother, my memory's failing again. Ulfie's been suffering from sleep deprivation. A very rude monster has been snarling in the bushes behind my back.
Is this monster you speak of hideous, perchance?
Snarling Snarlax is legendarily hideous. Those puny guards of Daventry would surely be impressed by his eye. It is rumored the beast has 2 purple eyes with bright blue, glowing pupils, 6 legs, 3 claws, and 1 tooth. I could let you cross and perhaps even help you with that fire-eyed monster, but since Ulfie didn't eat you, Ulfie needs a pick-me-up. This big tooth is a sweet one. If you bring me something to eat, I'll consider helping you.
Can you tell me about that Snarlax's eyes again?
The legendary flame-eyed monster back there behind me has purple eyes with glowing blue pupils. Ulfie will help you retrieve them if you bring him a sweet-tasting snack.
Can you share with me why all the bridges seem to be missing in Daventry?
Well, little Goosey, until further notice, the Bridge Troll Guild is officially on strike. For too long have we, the Bridges, have been stomped on by sharp-pointed shoes of the puny guards. And do they care that my back breaks out in an itchy rash from all that marching? Of course not. As Pilar says, for shame, Daventry. We're not going back to work until the kingdom can take better care of their roads. I should be at the meeting, but Ulfie always shows up fashionably late. Right when the croissants are served.
Happy trails.
Waddle back briskly, Goosey. Ulfie is starving.
That didn't need a bell. Of course, the one good pumpkin had to be guarded by squirrels.
"5 minutes, that's all I need. Oh, the Queen loved music. King Edward strung all those bells to remind us all. I have...
Get out of here! Scram! Shoot! Beat it! Ugh, these dumb lanterns are always breaking. You hear that, Chester? You're a hack! Not everyone around here takes pride in their work like I do. Unfortunately, those blue flames are the only things that spook the pack. So I'm forced to return to their shop of wizardry and toiletries. Wetzel wolves are super aggressive this time of year. Usually, they travel north to the hills of Serenia for mating season. But like us, they are stranded here until the bridges are fixed. Hey, kid, can you do me a favor?
I can try.
Can you help me keep that back door closed? I run the local Wetzel Wolf Watch program here in town. There's patches getting made. If you keep that door closed, you can be an official member. Think it over. Patches!
Call me Patches from now on.
I walked into town with my last coin. Whatever path I chose to pursue for my eye would need to be cheap.
You aren't the delivery boy, are you? That merchant is usually so prompt with our rare, miraculous, and oftentimes delicious ingredients.
Oh, horse feathers, Chester. This boy's no courier. He desires a position in King Edward's court. He's a thinking soul just like us. If he continues down this path, he will have no trouble defeating the contenders in this year's night tournament.
Zounds! Did you just read my fortune?
No, we're just very old and very judgmental people.
It's true we're judges. This is my judging face.
Ariel and I don't read fortunes anymore.
Yep. There was no future in it.
Oh, we couldn't tell fortunes even if we wanted to. Someone purchased our fortune table when we were watching the parade.
Bless their
Oh,
heart.
snap.
Whoever left us that money is bound to have good fortune.
Wish we had more thoughtfulness like that in Daventry.
Take a look around, boy. Let us know if you like anything you see.
Something mysterious and magical was brewing in that pot.
It
looked like some type of broken lantern.
What are these little guys?
Those are bird bombs. Our own invention.
Kinda like a smoke bomb, but they release gas that will cause your victim to cluck like a chicken. Temporarily, of course.
Those ones are expired, though, so they're just for display.
I know whose voice this is. I don't know her name.
He reminds me of our son.
I always miss him this time of year.
He dreamed of becoming a knight, too. I wish he would visit more.
Or at least write. He was quite handy around the shop, though. Especially with potions.
He'll return. He just has some adventures of his own to seek.
It looked like some type of broken lantern.